The citizens of the newly conquered city stood before Lin Tian with tense and anxious expressions. Everyone lowered their heads, trying to conceal their deep fear. From among the crowd, a middle-aged, overweight man cautiously stepped forward. Lin Tian glanced at him and noticed the number floating above his head, indicating that his total power barely exceeded 1,000. By Lin Tian's standards, such strength was extremely weak, but the man possessed something worthy of recognition, enough courage to speak despite his visible trembling. Lin Tian quietly observed the humans. Although they appeared weak, some still possessed resilience and determination. After a brief moment of thought, he decided to appoint the overweight man as the temporary leader responsible for managing the humans. The man's nervousness immediately intensified upon hearing this decision. Lin Tian asked for his name, and the man quickly answered that his name was Charles. Before fear could overwhelm him further, Lin Tian calmly explained that he had no intention of killing or enslaving them. Instead, he had an entirely different purpose in mind. He wanted them to farm the land, produce food, and raise livestock for the Goblin Empire. The humans exchanged shocked and confused looks. None of them had ever heard such a request before. Throughout years of war and oppression, ruthless rulers had always treated humans as slaves or prey. Never had they imagined being asked to live peacefully and cultivate the land. Seeing their disbelief, Lin Tian scattered several seeds across the ground and ordered Isabella to use her magic on them. The beautiful blonde woman stepped forward and released a soft green healing energy that flowed into the soil. Before everyone's eyes, the seeds began growing at an astonishing speed. Tiny sprouts emerged from the earth and rapidly transformed into fully matured golden wheat. The crowd stood frozen in disbelief, staring at crops that looked healthier and richer than anything they had ever seen. Charles could barely contain himself as he gazed at the harvest. Excitedly, he declared that if every seed produced crops like these, a single harvest could feed an entire family for years. Some people even began crying as they witnessed enormous amounts of food appear before them. Nearby, others dug into the soil and discovered potatoes far larger than normal. Lin Tian explained that these were not ordinary crops, but specially enhanced magical seeds. As long as humans continued selecting the finest crops and replanting them generation after generation, food production would continue improving endlessly. The humans slowly began looking at Lin Tian as though he were a legendary figure or even a divine being. Many dropped to their knees, cheering his name and praising the rise of the Goblin Empire. Lin Tian simply smiled calmly and told them that this was only the beginning. He ordered everyone to follow him and led them toward a massive fenced enclosure. Inside stood enormous wild boars with glowing red eyes and aggressive temperaments. The beasts charged at the fences while roaring violently. Charles quickly warned Lin Tian that these creatures were notoriously difficult to raise. They were aggressive, reproduced slowly, and produced lower quality meat than cattle. Lin Tian merely smiled and explained that the problem was not the animals themselves, but the fact that nobody had ever seriously tried improving them properly. He calmly stepped over the fence and walked directly toward the raging beasts. The humans panicked instantly. Suddenly, overwhelming dark energy burst from Lin Tian's body, and a terrifying pressure swept across the area, forcing the wild boars to collapse onto the ground. Looking calmly at everyone, Lin Tian explained that control became simple when strength and authority were applied correctly. He then revealed his true plan. Through careful breeding and selective development over generations, the wild beasts could gradually evolve into domesticated livestock capable of reproducing rapidly and producing massive amounts of meat, solving the Empire's food shortage problem. The humans became filled with excitement. Many declared Lin Tian humanity's savior, while others swore to dedicate their lives to serving the Empire. As for Lin Tian, this outcome was exactly what he wanted. The more emotionally connected humans became to the Empire, the easier it would become to maintain control. Later, Lin Tian returned alone to his palace and activated his system. A glowing blue screen appeared before him, announcing the beginning of a new life simulation. The simulation showed the Goblin Empire entering an era of rapid expansion. Farmland expanded dramatically, populations increased, and food production rose by more than 300%. Families received livestock of their own. Living conditions improved significantly. Cities expanded, armies strengthened, and the empire developed at astonishing speed. A full year passed inside the simulation. The empire's foundations became completely stable, while both its economy and military power continued growing rapidly. When the results concluded, another notification appeared, asking whether he wished to proceed to the next phase. Lin Tian calmly selected yes. A brilliant light immediately surrounded him. When it faded, he found himself seated upon an elegant royal throne, dressed in magnificent royal robes and wearing a golden crown, while countless citizens below cheered his name. Lin Tian slowly opened his eyes and looked toward his people before calmly declaring that every citizen of the Goblin Empire would receive his protection. However, he also made it clear that his mercy extended only to his own people. Toward enemies, he would show absolutely no compassion. The cheers grew even louder as Lin Tian stood proudly above his kingdom, watching the official rise of the Goblin Empire, while a quiet smile formed upon his face as he witnessed his dream becoming reality.